Hello, ladies and gents. I am some kind of black guy on the internet, joined by an actual black guy on the internet.
Hello.
He's also known as Near the Hero. You should check out his YouTube channel. It's pretty great.
Watch me.
And this just a little bit of banter regarding console hardware, and
Hmm.
that's actually some good news for Nintendo, because apparently the Nintendo Switch has sold 280,000 units in the U.S. in the month of April. And some people might be saying, like, oh, well, it's 280,000. Look, listen, folks. It was like the top selling console in the U.S. It beat the PS4. It actually beat its global sales for the month prior. I think
That is
maybe. Oh, go
that
ahead.
is a crazy. That's crazy.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, maybe Nintendo is kind of like back at it, perhaps. I mean,
They
this
could be.
this is some pretty good news. They're top in hardware sales, at least in
Hmm.
the U.S. So the Switch is selling, and maybe they'll actually meet or beat their expectations for how many units they were going to sell this year. And I was kind of worried that like the Switch was going to have like similar issues that the Wii U did, where it had like maybe like okay sales at the start, which really the Wii U had awful sales at the start. Like, well, not awful, but like awful for a new console, and then
Hmm.
like completely fell off the map. The Switch seems to be kind of keeping its momentum. And there are some people like kind of making the argument that, well, maybe it's just because of the release of Mario Kart 8, and that's why the Switch sales are so high. That's a re-release of a Wii U game. I don't
Hmm.
even the best, like, if they could re-release Splatoon on the Switch, and I don't think that it would move like units the way this has been going on. I think maybe the Switch, it's an actual hit. I mean,
Yeah.
is it a PS4 level hit? No. Is it enough to like maybe help change Nintendo's public image? Yeah, seems that way.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
it's selling fairly well. People seem to genuinely like the Switch, and I am one of those people. I think the Switch looks really cool. As soon as it's okay. As soon as I'm done saving the money to build the big red machine, I'm gonna pick up a Switch. But
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think because I remember just at first just seeing the commercials and the advertisement for the Switch, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. What are you up to, Nintendo? What are you doing? And then and then I heard people like, no, this will never catch on. This will never be a thing. Whatever, blah blah blah. And then here we are today. Like it's just kind of crazy because it's really they really departed from the kind of that kind of I guess classic sort of console experience. They blended the whole handheld and console thing, and they did it in a pretty neat way, I would say. And it just seems like also it seems like their marketing has been pretty cool as well. Because I feel like I don't know, I feel like I just generally I feel like I haven't seen many Nintendo commercials per se until like more recently. I feel like I've been seeing more of them recently, I
yeah,
should say.
I
So
feel two things about their marketing. First of all, they seem to have adopted a more like Apple-like approach. Like, hey, let's show like 20 somethings enjoying our product.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Smart move, Nintendo. Stop
Yep.
with the family commercials.
Yep.
And the
Because
other,
for a long time, Nintendo, that's what they were. They were the family, console.
yeah,
So
I don't know about you, but I don't know any families who play video games like that together.
not all together like that. Nope.
And the other thing about the marketing is going to sound really weird to say. I think we should be happy that their marketing has failed on some level for the Switch. The reason I say that is because, like,
Hmm.
in interviews and stuff, they were constantly stressing that, hey, it's a console that doubles as a handheld.
Hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people see it that way. I think a lot of people see it as a handheld that you can hook up to a TV as a console,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's to the Switch's benefit.
Exactly. Exactly. I've always had respect for Nintendo for always trying to blend the whole handheld console experience. I remember back in the day with Super Game Boy. I was like, oh, what the hell is this? It's like, oh, you mean I can take a Game Boy game and put it
Oh
in
my god,
a
yes.
Super Nintendo, and it could be in color? What? And it could have fancy backgrounds and shit too? Sweet. You know, it's like, it's those really like cool, like sort of innovative ideas that they come up with. Like, you know, the motion controls, like for the Wii, that was pretty cool. Like it kind of like fizzled out after a while because like a lot of the games, like the actual like controls weren't amazing. But
Well, it also took them like 2 years to fix the janky, like, you know, Wiimote 1.0 controls that weren't that accurate. Wii Motion Plus, I will say this, like, I don't care, any of you fuckers out there can disagree with me, but I will fucking verbally fight you over this. Motion controls are perfectly okay with Wii Motion Plus. Wii Motion Plus games control fantastically, and really, shooters are just a joy to play on the Wii with Wii Motion Plus.
oh yeah, I had the Wii Motion Plus. It actually, I had gotten a bundle that actually came with it, so I didn't actually experience the 1.0 version before. And there was this one game that was really cool. What was it called? I think it was Red Steel 2. It was like part shooter, part like hack and slash type, but that game was so rad, so rad. And then Metroid Prime, of course, like just shooting just felt really like intuitive. It's like you literally like with Prime, you're like literally like aiming your arm cannon and stuff, you know. So
I mean, even like the Call of Duty games controlled fairly well on the Wii. Not okay, they were ugly as sin because Activision didn't try because it's a Wii game. We just
Right.
make it look like a PS2 game. It's fine.
Oh man.
But I think we're kind of like, you know, getting off the point. I think the point of this is I think the Switch is in a healthy position. I really do.
So.
I think it's going to be healthy. Sorry, I cut you off again.
No, it's all good. All good.
But I think Nintendo's in a pretty good position. Just the thing is, they need to like start getting these games out faster. Like seriously, we need more games. We need them now for the Switch. Or like if you want the Switch to keep being successful, Nintendo, you got to get the games out there because you got two big ones out right now. They will not keep the console going through to the end of the year.
Right. Right. And you know, one cool thing about the Switch is that I believe that they are open to Unreal Engine 4 development, which is pretty big deal in my opinion because I'm an Unreal Engine fanboy.
Oh yeah,
so
the Unreal Engine 4, the dev kits for the Switch. Apparently they came they can develop games in Unreal Engine 4 just fine for the Switch. So
which is phenomenal.
And they can actually run games in Unreal Engine 4 like at the medium to high settings, I think. So that's really impressive, especially considering the hardware in the Switch.
Right, exactly. And you know, yeah, I feel like Nintendo is back in the saddle, and I feel like it's a good thing because it's kind of they're going to be adding to the competition. So it's kind of like it's almost like they're back in the race essentially. So obviously the other two are going to have to try harder because I mean, look at the sales. The sales for the Switch have just been phenomenal. And then, you know, a lot of the games that have come out since have been pretty big hits, especially, you know, with Mario Kart 8. You know, people lost their shit over Mario Kart 8, rightfully so, because Mario Kart's a great series, you know. So
now I also feel that Nintendo, there were patents leaked. I think this is a few months ago. That there might be a dock for the Switch that would kind of like upgrade the hardware. Like that'd be like a dock with actual like extra hardware to kind of give you some more oomph to the system.
Almost like a 32X kind of deal, but in reverse.
Yeah, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
And I feel like Nintendo might have to do something like that to deal with the onslaught that's going to be like the PS4 Pro and the Scorpio. I say onslaught. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I keep forgetting that I am like a PC enthusiast and I see like these higher powered consoles as like actually being like a pretty big threat to like the base models. Like I feel like, in my opinion, it should have killed off the base models. But apparently, hardly anybody. There was an article about this. If I can find it again, I will leave a link to it in the description of this video. Actually, but it actually showed that not many people are even aware of the PS4 Pro or the Scorpio. They're just not.
Oh, I think I remember. I know what article you're talking about. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, what? How do people not know this?
So
How did they not know that?
Maybe an extra dock for more graphical horsepower won't be needed for the Switch. Maybe it can just you can just coast along with what it's got.
Mm-hmm.
I think one more thing. If Sony's feeling nice and cozy right now, in my opinion, they might want to be, I wouldn't say worried, but at least keep an eye on the Switch, just given the fact that the Nintendo 3DS still has more units sold than the PS4.
Yeah. Complacency is bad for business.
The 3DS, I mean, and the reason I say that is people seem to perceive the Switch as a handheld. Nintendo handhelds do really fucking well. So,
oh yeah,
Sony, just keep an eye on things. Don't get complacent, please.
Right.
And really, Sony, Microsoft, both you guys, Nintendo's services are kind of shit. So don't get complacent with your services either, because it seems like if Nintendo decides finally, it's like, oh, we're going to try to be more friendly towards with our services and be a little more consumer friendly. I'd be worried then. Right now, I feel like Nintendo's services are absolutely atrocious. That's one thing we do need to work on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one.
Anyway, folks, those have been our thoughts on the recent smashing success of the Nintendo Switch. If you have any thoughts of your own to share, please feel free to do so in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Also, go to subscribe to Nero. Seriously, his videos are awesome.
Watch me.
Have a good one, folks.